In our last video, I started a Dunland army and said that it could be that we would be back with it soon. Well, today's the day. Besides being in Spain this summer, I spent some days in Bologna, in Italy, and there I visited a very nice store called Bologna Soldiers. Small, cute, and the person having it was a great guy, so I couldn't control myself and I had to get something. They sold peri-miniatures, Victrix, and so forth, and there I saw a kit that I've been wanting to try for a long time. So here we are. Today, we check if Victrix Vikings do Middle-earth. About this kit, my first impression is that it is simply incredible. The amount of sprues in this bag is even overwhelming with the amount of possibilities and variety it offers. It allows the assembly of 60 miniatures for around 40 euros. You get 2 command sprues and 4 soldier sprues, so you can assemble 24 unarmored warriors and 36 armored ones counting the command. Not even just that, you get weapons, shields and heads for conversions to last for years, and the quality on the sculpting and detail is really incredible. The idea of what I wanted to do with these guys was, from the beginning, to finish the infantry of my Dunland army, so that's what I started to work on. Just for reference about the amount of things that these sprues have, you have 16 heads per sprue that are then to be used on 8 bodies per sprue as well. So you can imagine that I have another 60 heads left over after I have assembled all of these guys. And that's not even counting all the pouches, daggers, swords, axes, lances, and other weapons that the kit includes. The only thing that this kit doesn't include is bows and ranged weapons, but that I could fix with my old trusty bits box. But first things first, we need to plan. Such a large project requires some planning and decisions made prior to assembly, so this is what I decided to do. With the command sprues, I wanted to make my own Tyrant Wolfsbane on foot and on horse, besides 3 banner bearers and 2 chieftains. The rest of them, plus some other armor warriors, will be armed with 2-handed axes to make a warband of 12 huskers. Tyrant was mounted over a Rohan soldier in the end, so he would stand out a little more, and his axe was converted combining the head of 2 axes in one from this kit. The mounted version was made with a Victrix torso that I chopped from one of these soldiers from the command sprue, which then was pasted in the legs of a Rohan rider and horse. The same conversion was made on the axe, and here it is. I still have to paint the mounted version since I did not have enough cavalry bases, so as soon as I have it, I will finish it up. Now that I'm talking about the mounted warriors, I managed to put together 4 of them with Gripping Beast torsos and peri-miniatures knights legs a couple weeks ago, but I'm also waiting to get some more bases for them. I'm also planning on getting some more riders overall to have more in the future, just in case, and use the bits I have leftovers from this build, but that will be, in a while when I can afford all that and get another kit to review and try. The chieftains were pretty straightforward. I used the command sprue bits and the 2 capes to make them stand out. So no real conversion has been needed here, besides that one of them stands on a beheaded Rohan warrior, and I extended his axe a little bit with a simple conversion to make his pose a bit more dramatic while he's holding the head on his hand. While the other one has a very commanding pose and he's ordering a charge or something like that. So I thought that they would be very fitting, and the capes give them the look that makes them stand out over the normal soldiers. When it came to the banners, I used the banner pole that are included in the command sprue and gave them paper banners that I free-handed before pasting them in place, all of this after painting was done. I have to say I'm extremely happy with how they turned out. One of them has a peri torso to cover for the one used in the Tyrant conversion, using peri-miniatures arms to finish the kit patch with some milliput sculpting to fill the gaps. Next, we have the huskers. The assembly was quite easy and not huge conversions were needed here. It was just a matter of variety between them and using the poses and heads given to create these 12 dudes. Also, I gave them swords on their tabard, so it stands out from the rest of the army, and they look more like an elite force compared to the normal warrior. The rest of the armor warriors, 18 of them, I equipped them all with axes and shields to make some regular Dunland warriors. There are a couple of conversions here and there for variety, but nothing too crazy to be honest. The kit is very easy to work with and it allows a lot of options by default, so that is a huge advantage in my opinion, and you don't need to be converting and chopping down stuff that often. You can just vary the bits that you're using and the miniatures look super different from each other. So I decided to make 4 archers, 4 spearmen, 4 with 2-handed axes, and the rest 12 with hand weapons and shields. Not huge conversions were needed here. I just needed to add some bows from Rohan and Mordor here. And I just used most of the unarmored heads I had and some leftover Warriors of the Dead shields for variety, besides some command sprue bits here and there for the same purpose. Once everything was assembled, I started with the titanic task of painting them all. I did it all in a big batch, first focusing on metal and skin, then going into all the fabrics, leather and wood. Then I based them all with some Vallejo diorama effect, which then I washed brown and the miniatures were pretty much done. I used some more gold detail in the command and huskar so they will stand out and look more rich and elite, less in the normal warriors and none in the wellmen. For obvious reasons, they have to look like they're just some dudes that are angry and running around burning stuff. So I didn't want to give them anything so they will look like they have anything for themselves really. After the wildmen were done, I did some war paints on their faces to contribute to this wild and savage look I was looking for, plus also freehanding some icons on their shields and some on their clothes, using both White Hands of Saruman and Creebane from Dunland, which I think I have improved a lot since the Creeping Beast guys. Once they were done, I did the same with the regular warriors, painting geometric shapes on their shields in white and red before adding the iconography so it will match the looks on the banners I made for them. Now we can see them all done and ready, and to be honest, I couldn't be happier about them. This kit is simply amazing and I love everything about it. There is one thing in particular that I haven't mentioned yet, but I love it a lot, which is that the bodies don't look the same at all. You have different body types and sizes, which makes them look very unique, and also matching heads for those, so everything looks scaled and proportioned, body, head and limbs, which helps a lot with making them feel all different and unique rather than just clones. There is not much else for me to say. I cannot stop thinking that I could make so much that is needed for this army, except cavalry, Creebane and 2 named heroes, with this single bag and for a ridiculous price. I'm not even gonna start calculating how much this army will cost to put together with the amount of miniatures I have in front of me if I were to buy all the original sculpts, but it is absurd. The only downside is that I would like that they will allow you to purchase parts of these kits instead of buying the whole one. For example, to get the sprues of unarmored warriors only for a horde of wellmen, like you will get 24 in a box, like normal Games Workshop things. But I mean, I'm not going to complain about getting too many miniatures, especially when they're in this quality. But maybe that variety of buying certain things will be good. But I do understand that. I mean, it's their philosophy and I respect it fully. I'm not complaining about it at all. I cannot wait to work with more Victrix kits in the future, to be honest. If this is the quality to expect, I'm amazed by how this turned out and how enjoyable the process was. Here you will see probably all of them all together, mixed up with the Gripping Beast soldiers I made in our previous video, and they blend in very well. Of course there is some differences in scale, but I'm not against that because they don't look particularly different. And I do like the fact that they're soldiers that they are taller than others and shorter, because I mean people is like that. So I think that overall they look very good together and they look cohesive enough, and I'm very happy. Honestly, I cannot say it in another way. You are seeing them all together now. to think that I only have to fill in those gaps that I told you before is amazing, and then I have a full playable army with more miniatures than I will ever need, and they will look great once I can expose them together. Talking about that, now I just have to create some more storage in my studio so I can keep all of this on display. But something tells me that we will go onto that topic in the next video, because I'm working on that among others, and well, hopefully you guys like it. Until then, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and please let me know in the comments what you would like to see next. I would love to read your opinions and ideas for future projects and see what you would like to see, even though I'm working in 50 things at once, like always. But yeah, until then, I'll see you next time. Cheers.